Hey everyone, Pupsker here for the Warframe Weekly Reset, September 14th to 21st. Hey, it's my 1851st login day. I get a resource booster, and I have like a bunch of resource boosters from my 1850th login day, so that's cool. Overall, the news this week in Warframe was light, but still good. We have the Devstream coming stream, 189. Devstream coming soon. I think I just had a stroke. And that is on September 25th, which is a Thursday, surprisingly. And we still have Operation Plaguestar for like 10 days, so good stuff. But other than that, pretty calm things, nothing new, nothing huge. So let's take a look at all the Warframe Weekly Reset stuff. First and foremost, we have Subdue Archon Amar, and that means we can get a red Archon shard. I know everyone's been looking forward to more red Archon shards, so can't really be too mad at that. It's a rescue into a defense into a showdown, and now that defenses are like 3 round, it's actually not that bad. Way faster doing those now overall. And we have 9 days, 14 hours left for Plaguestar, so get on that. I've only farmed up like 30 forma, just because I ran Plaguestar and then right into Borderlands 4, so I uploaded a lot of Borderlands 4 shorts, check those out if you want, and then I'll upload random videos here and there. Maybe I'll do a long form video just running through the game so people can get a look at it. But that's kind of what we have there for the Archon hunt. So let's take a quick look at the Incarnon weapons on the circuit. Hey, it is Skana, Paris, Kunai, Lato, and Braton. Okay, it's a really good week. If you like the Lato, it's actually really strong because it gains, that's right, punch through and ricochet. And anything that gets ricochet is pretty good overall. I just haven't built it up enough, so I can't say how godly it is, but still good. The Paris Incarnon's also really good. I think people like using this instead of the Dread bow because you get a big heat projectile bow that you just shoot forward. And I think it gets like proper punch through as well. Like all the other heat bows, I think it gets full punch through, but I have no real idea because I don't use the Paris Incarnon, so let me know. Kunai Incarnon just suffer from being a handheld, like a throwing dagger Kunai. All throwing daggers kind of suck. It makes sense. Seeks headshot, increase multi-shot Incarnon form, so it sounds like it might be good, but honestly, meh. Skana is just amazing overall because it's just a stronger melee weapon. Would recommend grabbing that for most people if you just want to look for a strong melee weapon. Because it also gains, oh no, it doesn't gain range there, but you can put a little bit of range on there. But it does gain a ton of crit if you want to do a good build there. Then the Braton Incarnon for like Braton Prime or Braton Vandal, so good. It turns into little explosive radial bups, and honestly, I would recommend this one. If we want to go like what I would recommend, Braton Skana into probably Lato Paris into Kunai. That's my personal preference. I really like my Skana, strong as heck weapon, and I really like my Braton, really strong Incarnon, right? If you see here, you gain a lot of damage overall, but if not, you gain a little bit of ammo efficiency, and then multi-shot consumes ammo directly from capacity and does 6% more damage, but you get more multi-shot. Yeah, this one's a little risky, you'll eat through your ammo. Right, ammo, accuracy ammo, punch through hit, nothing huge, ammo restore. It's still nice though. And then here, this is the lovely part, right? Shots fired with a 50% critical chance, lower than 50% increased base damage multiplier. Okay. And then you have the one that you'll probably pick, which is increased base crit chance and increased base critical damage multi. Ooh, very nice. Lastly, you have increased crit and status, so it's like, meh. And then the little handgun is pretty cool overall. Base damage and then with overshield or reload from empty. Just general smaller buffs on that one. Never anything huge on Evolution 3. And then here you have nice base status, but you also have like Carnage Rain, which is kind of condition overload. But more importantly, increased base critical chance by 50 and increased base critical damage multiplier by 3.2 for 4 seconds on equip from primary. So you can totally do that. It's very interesting if you want to play around that, but I don't like the whole on equip from primary shtick, because that means if you want maximum damage, you'll just have to continually double tap your swap out. Oh well. Skana is still good. Gain some damage and sprint speed, parkour, right? A little bit of damage, not anything amazing, but overshield heavy attack efficiency, 9 combo count on undamaged enemies, nice, but a little bit less base damage there. Okay. You can do range, combo duration, or heavy attack windup speed, which is why it's really nice, right? Combo duration, you have a built-in combo duration. That means your combo builds are no matter what gonna have like an 11-second combo timer, and that helps a ton. But the range is also nice. If we continue on from there, increase base status chance, increase base crit and status, or increase crit. That's why it's like such a cool crit weapon, because that 25% crit at the end there. But yeah, I really like the Skana. It's a pretty cool weapon. Would probably recommend it. Then if we take a look at the Braton and Skana, increase damage, increase base damage, with overshields more damage, yeah. Zoom projectile speed, fire rate, nothing really big there. Then lastly, increase base chance by 4% against undamaged enemies, increase base critical chance multiply 2x against undamaged enemies. So if you're taking enemies like full health, it's the best way to do it there. Other than that, on hit, increase base damage by 15 for 3 seconds, stacks up, not bad, and increase base status chance by 60%, so pretty godly amount right there. So this thing's really good if you think about it like that. Status applier, I don't know, don't use it a ton though. Really should mess around with more of the Incarnons this week. Might make a little Braton Incarnon video, since it is the Braton Incarnon week, and I made my Burstin, but I don't think I made a Braton Incarnon video, because it is a really good weapon, so we'll think about that if I'm not too busy. And then Kunai, you know, increased damage, multi-shot channeled, not bad, not bad. Damaged enemies below half health, not bad. Projectile speed, reload capacity, okay. On equip from primary, increased base crit chance, increased base critical damage multi, not too shabby. On firing, 20% fire rate for 0.5, stacks up to, okay, so you can get a really fast, get all your magazine out there. And then an increased base crit and status. Yeah, really interesting, but I just don't care about the Kunai overall. But they are all good weapons. Then if you continue on, you can get like one of the mods, Riven mods, or just Kuva. It's really up to you if you don't want or need any of these weapons anymore. Just get one of these items essentially. But it's up to you if you actually need any of those. So really go from there. Now we have the base Warframes on the circuit, which is, oh, would you look at that? Saren, Vauban, and Nova. Now, I don't think any of these ones are too terrible, but let's double check. Saren is Keladathame, Merosedna. It's a kind of long boss fight, but honestly, it's not that bad. So I wouldn't really say it's the worst. Let's see. Vauban is purchasable from Nightwave, so he might be a good idea for you to just pick up from the circuit if you need to run it, just because Nightwave takes a little bit of time if you're like more mid-early game or anything like that. And then Nova overall, I think she drops pretty early. Raptor's Assassination, Nama, Europa. And that is, yeah, no, that's another really easy one. So all of the Warframes this week are pretty easy to farm. Vauban probably recommended just because you don't have a ton of Nightwave credits early game or anything. But other than that, it's up to you. If you don't have Nova, if you don't have Saren, you don't want to farm their assassinations, you can totally just pick them up here. Grab them on the circuit, and then you should be good to go. But it's up to you. Farm it if you need it. Don't farm it if you don't need it. Next up we have is Warframe Nightwave. Enemies killing, complete missions, and then last but not least, kill Eximus, weekly missions. Not too bad. Now we have destroy 3 Necromech Vault Guardians. Just do a high level Necromech Vault and Deimos. You can kill them all 3 at one. Okay, just kill enemies. Okay, easy. Complete sortie. Different K drives and stuff. Bullet jump, Lavirian. Oh yeah, damn. Kill enemies with headshots. Why do I already have that daily done somehow? I haven't ran any missions, have I? Huh. I actually don't know. That doesn't make any sense. I shouldn't have that done. Oh well, game bugs out. But yeah, those are the Nightwave, missions there. If we look at the credit offerings, critical precision on the Tiburon. Nice, nice. Very interesting mod. Worth picking up. We have directed convergence on the Supra, Latrin double tap, not too shabby. Dreamer's Bond Aura, Eximus Advantage, really good on the Zylok if you want to do headshots on Eximus, if you want to use that to increase your damage a lot. So I don't use it, I don't think, but it is a really interesting mod. And if you headshot Eximus units, then whew, big damage. Exposing Harpoon for the Heart Pack, Holstered Amp Aura, Power 3 Vara mod, Range Advantage, Akjagara. Yeah, it's actually not bad. You just stay away from enemies and do good damage. Then you have Shield Disruption Aura. Singularity on Nyx. Okay, some cool mods this week, but nothing like really, really good. Here is all of the appearance tab items in Nightwave. It's just like general skins, helmets, emblems. It takes you a little bit of time to actually like farm up everything here. And I don't think the helmets swap out a ton, but either way, those are what the helmets are in the shop for right now. And then for the last one, we have the Misk, which is actually like nothing huge here. Yeah, we have the Dark Sword blueprint, of course, Vauban, but like just random Misk items, nothing big. This is where you always buy Nitane, by the way, if you need it. But it's also where you pretty much grab Orc and Reactors and Catalysts when you need them, because once you buy everything out in the Nightwave shop, that's kind of all you're going to be spending your Nightwave credits on. But of course, it does take a while to buy everything out. You can also buy Kuva if you're just like, I love Kuva. Man, all Warframe is right now is farming Plaguestar. So if you don't want to farm Plaguestar for Forma, it's probably a good idea to take a break right now, wait for updates. That's how Warframe is, the general cycle of things. Once you get caught up, like caught up on Nightwave, caught up on everything, you just get bored, and then you take a break. And then boom, events come out, you grind them, you take a break once you've done that. But Warframe's kind of that type of game. Once you get caught up, it's just a grind for the sake of the grind type of game. That's right, Najah gets it. Najah gets the grind, the big Warframe grind. And then for Warframe 1999, we have Destroy Containers. Use stuff like Zaku, Limbo, Ember, Dante, anything in general to destroy containers like that. Works pretty well. Oh shit! Orcan Catalyst Blueprint or Amber Archon Shard. For most people, I would probably recommend grabbing the Orcan Catalyst Blueprint if you need Orcan Catalyst. And then for people who are like more endgame, you don't need any Orcan Catalyst, definitely grab the Amber Archon Shard. And then we have Hex Boost Overrides. Okay, Overshield Cap. Oh, grab that one. Increasing Overshield Cap and getting Overshield on kill is just so good. Attack Speed, Damage Radius. Yeah, no, I'd grab Amir's Harden Up. It's just too good. Kill Skaldra troops with melee. Yeah, just go to a Skaldra Exterminate or Survival and whip out your melee. Exalted melees count, so it's really easy. You know, Valkyr, your boy Excal, stuff like that. This one, Forma Blueprint or Kuva. Choose whatever. It's a Forma Blueprint, so it doesn't really matter. But like the Kuva probably is a little better because of that. Yay, you have Eleanor into Arthur's birthday. Oh yeah, it's autumn. Okay. Eleanor into Arthur's birthday. Not too bad, not too bad. Does it say what month it is? Does it just say like October, November? Yeah, okay. So it's end of year this week, or this week in Warframe, and next week we get the Kiss. So not bad. Okay, okay. Kill 300 enemies with melee. Same, just go to a Tech Rot survival because it's easier to kill them. Kill 300, jump out. Simple, fast. Primary Arcane Adapter or the Arcane Enhancement. Would definitely want to grab the Primary Arcane Adapter, just because, unless you need Arcanes, but you know, whatever. Tech Rot with abilities. Kill Tech Rot with whatever Warframe you have that can kill really well. Just use your strongest Warframe, and you should be good. Oh, 3-day resource drop chance booster, or an Orc and Reactor blueprint. This one's pretty simple. If you need Orc and Reactors, choose the Orc and Reactor blueprint. But other than that, 3-day resource drop chance booster. If you plan to farm resources, you'd want to choose that. It's really dependent on what your goals are in the game and where you're at there. Combo Killer. That one is really good, but it's susceptible to finishes, so it's like, who cares? Create a Spectral Clone, random currently active Spectre, companions, everyone 25 energy spent. I really like that one. I would probably choose that one. It's fun having Spectral Clones of random stuff. And then weak point kills, chance to generate Universal Orb. Yeah, that one's also pretty cool, to be fair. Last page. Oh, there's 4 birthdays. You got Quincy and then you got Velamir. Either way, kill Tech Rot with melee weapons. You know what to do. Kill Tech Rot with melee weapons. Next up is Orcan Reactor again. Hot damn. Yeah, I guess I would just choose that because 2 Arcanes, like who cares? Kill 1,000 enemies, do a Tech Rot survival. It'll take like 10 minutes. Not that bad. Yeah, birthday. Ooh, Exilus Weapon Adapter or Melee Arcane Adapter. Yeah, I'd just say choose whatever you want. You might need more Exilus Weapon Adapters, so you might want to choose that. If not, just choose the Melee Arcane Adapter. Both are somewhat easy to get anyways. I think Melee Arcane Adapters are easier, but really depends where you're at. Power Gain, Melee Attack Speed, or Increase Energy Restoration. You'll probably just want to choose Power Gain because it's nice to have ability strength. But any of these are good depending on what you like. But I would choose Power Gain. Yep, that is the Warframe 1999 seasonal weeklies, everybody. So not too shabby, not too shabby. Now, where do we go from there, you might be asking? We go check out Elite Deep Archimedea and Bird 3. over here on Deimos Sanctum Anatomica. Daily reminder, everyone, thank you for being here. As always, if you want to support the channel, like the video, comment down below, and you can always use Epic Games creator code Pupsker if you buy anything on the Epic Games Store, Warframe Platinum, Fortnite shenanigans, skins, or just any games to help out the channel. So thank you, thank you. Now let's check out Sanctum Anatomica, see what Bird 3 is actually up to, what Archon Shard Bird 3 has, and then what else is on Elite Deep Archimedea. Continuing on, if we jump on up here, yeah, we'll go talk to Lloyd in a second. We can see that Bird 3 has a shiny treasure. It's a yellow amber Archon shard. So we got a yellow and a red this week, and a bunch of other Archon shards from 1999. Or just one yellow, I think. Okay, I love yellow. It's a cast speed one for me. Now, Elite Deep Archimedea. Transference into Operator and Drifter is blocked. That sucks. Gain puncture stats effect every time you take damage. All abilities disabled until squad kills 50 enemies. Max health reduced each time damage is taken. Okay, we can use gear. This is not terrible. Mirror defense, survival, exterminate. Okay. Security system requires twice as many boss fiend glyphs to activate. Enemies' health slowly regenerates. And allies within 4 meters of slain enemies endure reduced movement speed and parkour velocity. Yeah, that's gonna suck a little bit, but I don't think that's terrible. Life support tower delivery systems disabled. Necromechs spawn every 90 seconds, drop 6 life support modules when killed. Okay. Allies within 4 meters of slain enemies gain fire rate at the cost of ammo efficiency. And then slain enemies burst with void damage. Nothing huge there either. Exterminate. Fissures rip in the mission, causing enemy level to go up by 1 every 10 seconds. Destroying them stops the level from further increasing. As rogue arachnids charge attacks, they pull warframes towards them. And finally, rogue Kurlevins equip weapons that deal 5x damage to Overguard and Necromechs. I must say, it actually seems like a decently easy Deep Archimedea this week. Let me know if I'm wrong and it's actually just awful, but I think that's not too bad. Might be a little busy running everything else though. So many good games out, man. I keep playing Borderlands 4. I keep getting a lot of YouTube shorts up and just streaming that game. So we'll probably end up playing a little bit more tonight. We'll probably end up playing a little bit more every night because it's pretty fun playing Borderlands. Always like playing new games. And Silksong if I go back to playing that too a bit. Good times, Warframe folk. Either way, that's Elite Deep Archimedea this week. It's not bad, right? It's definitely not bad. Now, we're going to jump on over to Teshin on Steel Path to check out his Steel Path shop. So that means we're just going to go to any like Earth Strata relay quickly, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, now we can teleport on over to Teshin and see Teshin has this week for the Steel Path of Honor shop, Zaw Riven mod, Veiled Riven Cipher, and that is quite literally it. So Teshin doesn't really have much this week. Teshin only really has big things once in a while, every maybe like 6 weeks with Umbra Forma, or maybe 8 weeks. I can't remember the Teshin cycle, so it's never anything huge. Remember to go to Earth and check out Iron Wake to grab Rivens if you want, because that's where you can buy weekly Rivens as well. I just never check it out every week because it's the same shit. I also don't like checking out Teshin, but you know, I still like checking out your boy. Now we're going to look at Acrithis on the Zariman Dorma Zone. I would say Acrithis is actually one of the best endgame weekly shops right now, which isn't really too surprising. She is a Warframe Duviri shop vendor, and that is why she's such a good shop vendor. Because like Duviri is such a big place, so they gave her just really good stuff, right? So if we browse her wares, right? Another Orokin Reactor blueprint. Holy dude. There's like 3 Orokin reactors available right now. That's pretty insane. And then you can also get an Exilus weapon adapter, which is like, you know, don't have a lot of those. I'll maybe like pick up one of those bad boys. I have 3 Orokin reactor blueprints. I have too many actually. Yeah, I just have too many. Secondary outbursts. These swap out daily if you want to grab your mods once in a while. Or sorry, arcanes for Duviri. I'm not done all of them, but eventually. But yeah, no, that's Acrithis' shop. Really good overall. Very, very much like a strong late game or a strong mid to late game shop. Just whenever you start unlocking Duviri and have a lot of Pathos clamps. I only have a lot because I ran Isle Weaver, so it was a Warframe Duviri event, and I ran that pretty hard for a couple of weeks. Gained a lot of Pathos clamps. Now let's finally check out your girl, Kaya Velasco. Check out her Temporal Archimedea, and we can see, yes! Exterminate into Legocyte Harvest into Defense. Oh, that's a little bit of a pain, actually. I was gonna say, Legocyte Harvest, yeah, okay. Anyways, Hypersensitive, duration of negative status effects is tripled. Okay, that sucks. Lethargic Shields, shield regeneration delay is increased 500%. Oh, that sucks. Activating an ability inflicts 50 damage upon you, totally sucks. And then gain 1 puncture status effect every time you take damage. Yeah, okay, no shock, the negative multipliers kind of suck. They're negative multipliers. They're bad, but they're not like the worst possible. So, I mean, could be worse. Yeah, it could be worse. So we do have the Exterminate. Sealed armor, enemies take 9% less damage from non-weak point hits. So make sure you actually hit weak points on the Exterminate. Random negative penalties from Amir and Aui's face-off mode will be applied throughout the mission. Oh, that's terrible. Allies within 4 meters of slain enemies endure reduced movement speed and parkour velocity. And that one's also slightly terrible. So yeah, it could be worse, but no, I don't think people have huge issues with this. Just remember to hit weak points. Legocyte Harvest. Mitosis. 2 Legocytes spawn each round. Twice as many captures are needed for success. Okay, fair enough. Fog limits vision across the map zone. Mission zone, yep. And then enemies will only take damage of players within 15 meters of them. Might be a good idea for a melee build on that then. If not, yeah, you'll be okay. And then the last one, Defense. Drones fly above flare, spraying them with ephedron gas. Oh, this one might really suck, because it's like kind of easy to get flare killed. Within the other underground, hostile overgrowths will attack players if they stop moving. Oh, okay. And then Vampiric Luminous, slow-moving Immortal Deviri, Luminous, drain health and energy from allies who get too close. Okay, yeah, I don't think that's the worst, but it'll definitely be a little rough. So, I don't know. Let me know if you think it's going to be really bad, but I think it should be okay right now. I think it should be okay. So that's all of the general Warframe weekly reset stuff. I know a lot of people will be playing Plaguestar constantly, but I also know a lot of people will be playing Borderlands constantly. So yeah, it's kind of all over the place. I know for a fact I myself will be playing a lot of Borderlands, but I also know that a lot of people will be playing a lot of Plaguestar, because not everyone cares about Borderlands, so yeah, it is what it is. Either way, everyone, let me know what you're up to this glorious, I guess, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Let me know what games you're going to be hitting up, what's going on, and if you're actually like playing Borderlands 4 or Silksong, or if you're just grinding up on Warframe Plaguestar. So cheers, sub, like, use Epic Games creator code Pupsker to support the channel, and check out any of the other socials. Sometimes I'll stream on Twitch, sometimes I'll be there, sometimes there'll be reruns. Who knows? So cheers.